Hey Dodgers Nation, on our first midweek edition of the 3 Up 3 Down podcast, we're going to be talking about why some of the Dodgers getting snubbed from the All-Star game could benefit the team in the long run, the problems with Cody Bellinger, and the rise of Tony Gonsolin. Welcome back to the 3 Up 3 Down podcast, a Dodgers Nation production. My name is Eric Euler. I'm your host for this 5-minute podcast. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at EEULAU. I'm recording this Thursday evening, which means the Dodgers have most likely landed on their flight back from Miami, where they lost 3 of 4 against an average at best team. And that right there brings me into our first topic, and that is why some of the Dodgers getting snubbed from the All-Star game could benefit this team in the long run this season. And I'm talking about Walker Buehler, I'm talking about Kenley Jansen, I'm talking about Justin Turner. Justin Turner, the heart and soul of this Dodgers team. All their stats say they should have been All-Stars, at least reserves. And look, is it a little embarrassing that the Pirates have an NL starter and the Dodgers don't? Yeah, it is. But guess what? It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's their whole season. That's their victory lap right there. You're not going to fly a flag with, we had an NL starter, at the end of the year. Probably not going to happen. No one cares. You don't hang a banner for All-Star appearances. Is it nice to have? Is it a good recognition for those players? Absolutely. Do I love the All-Star game? Totally. And I'm happy for Chris Taylor's first ever All-Star selection. I'm not too upset about Walker Buehler because I think that guy always needs motivation. You see how he gets up for big games. And there's no faking the desperation and the drive and the chip on the shoulder the Dodgers have had the last few years chasing that World Series. And at times, I'm talking about the Padres series and this Marlins series, where the Dodgers have looked a little complacent. And I think for those 3 guys who have a lot of ego in a good way, Kenley Jansen, Justin Turner, Walker Buehler, I think being left off the All-Star roster, either by the MLB office, commissioner voting, or the player voting, whatever it may be, I think that's going to be big for them coming down the second half of the stretch where we're still chasing the Giants and we need big performances from those guys. So, look, great. Hats off to them, to the Pirates. Hats off to all the All-Stars. That's fantastic. Doesn't matter in October. You don't win in middle of July by having the most All-Stars. You win by having your best players play their best baseball at the most crucial times. And that's what those guys can do, and that's what they hopefully will do with a little extra motivation. Speaking of All-Stars, former 2-time All-Star Cody Bellinger, former MVP, former Gold Glover, former Silver Slugger, former Rookie of the Year, former 2020 World Series champion. Actually, not former, he's a champion forever, which is pretty cool if you think about it. But anyway, he's struggled. He's sitting under 230 games this year. And yes, I know, we all know that he missed a ton of time with that lower leg injury, but just hasn't looked right yet. And perhaps it's just think about it as a slow April and May for the kid. He's hitting under 200 right now. And if you look at the walk rate is the high of his career, 15.4%. The strikeout rate, however, is also the highest of his career, 28.5%. It's not all about seeing the baseball for Bellinger. He's also having issues driving the baseball. It's the lowest hard hit percentage for his career, according to StatCast, as well. And that long swing, when it's going, he's cracking home runs and hitting doubles and legging out triples. It's one of the best things to watch in baseball. But when that swing gets too long, and when you see that high and inside, up and away, down and in. You see those zones right there on that screen. He's hitting .043 in those zones right now. You saw the Astros crack the code very early on in Bellinger's career on low and inside. He struggles with that zone, and it's something he's going to have to fix. We need him to be more of an offensive force, and I expect his numbers to bounce back up. He's not a 190 hitter. Yeah, he may be a 260 hitter, but he ain't a 190 hitter. All of a sudden, the Dodgers are short on starting pitching. They lost Dustin May to Tommy John earlier this year. They lost Clayton Kershaw yesterday for at least 10 days as he undergoes an MRI for elbow inflammation, and Trevor Bauer remains out on administrative leave as the MLB continues to investigate sexual assault allegations. That leaves the Dodgers with Walker Buehler, Julio Urias, and Tony Gonsolin. And all 3 of those guys, I would take those 3 guys from a talent perspective over a lot of other rotations' top 3 guys. And those are our 3, 4, 5 starters conceivably. That's pretty damn good. That's a good spot to be in. Tony Gonsolin, since he came back from June 8th, among starters in baseball from June 8th to July 8th, he's 12th in ERA at 1.96. He's 13th in left on base percentage at 88%. He's 18th in home runs allowed over 9 innings. He's 17th in batting average against at 179. The guy's been really good. The length hasn't been there yet. He's getting there. And it's kind of with Gonsolin, he hasn't always had the role. He has the role now. He hasn't always had the health. He has the health now. He just hasn't been stretched out yet. That's the final piece of the puzzle for that guy to show that he can be one of the better, if not a top 20 starter in the league. He certainly has the repertoire to do it. That's it. I hit my time limit. That's all I got, folks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, review. to the YouTube channel. Check out DodgersNation.com and the Blue Heaven podcast. Subscribe, rate, review, please. And we'll see you on the other side.